Some new information. A Manhattan author is suing the Metropolitan Museum of Art. He's claiming that some paintings in that museum should be taken down because they are depicting Jesus as white and are racist, consequently. But the museum says the paintings should remain because they're historically and artistically valuable. Is there a case here? Fred Tisi is joining us, former federal prosecutor, and Arthur Aidala, former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney and Fox News legal analyst, coordinated in your candy cane colors, by the way. Thank you so much. Arthur, is there a case here?
I think there's a case here, yes. I don't think the case will be thrown out like on summary judgment. I don't think the individual will prevail. But what it brings to mind is a case that's about, 20 years old now. In 1996, there was an exhibit in the Brooklyn Museum of the Virgin Mary and with manure on her, or actually elephant dung. And Rudy Giuliani, the mayor at the time, sued for it to be taken down and taken out. And he threatened to stop all of the funding. The case did go to court, and it was not thrown out like initially. That's why I think this one will not be. But ultimately, the mayor lost, and the exhibit was allowed to stand.
Okay, so this painting is 500 years old. Right. Fred, the man who is bringing this lawsuit says it's a very serious issue. I'm calling it, I'm quoting him, whites-only art. That shouldn't be in a museum, just like whites-only seating shouldn't be in the restaurant.
This is a ridiculous lawsuit. It will be thrown out. If it hasn't been thrown out already, it will be thrown out almost immediately. His allegations is that the implication that someone like him with dark hair and, quote, bronze skin, which is the way he describes himself in the complaint, could not be the historical figure of Jesus, makes him feel unaccepted and rejected by society. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
One of the reasons that he's arguing for this, Arthur, is he says, listen, this museum gets city money, gets federal money.
Right. Millions.
And because of that, even though it's a private institution, it still gets that money. It can't take a stand. It needs to have different art.
So what he's saying is because it's getting $7 million from the city, I think that's the amount, it's government. It's like government sanctioned. And what he's saying is, from the part of the world where Jesus Christ was born, we know that as a fact, there are not very many blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fair-skinned.
Art? Isn't it art?
It was at the Modern Museum of Art, and it was E.T., and the guy sued and said, well, you know, that's not really what E.T. looks like.
Well, that's an interesting point. What about Fred's argument on that?
I mean, that's about as valid as this argument is. And the fact that they take federal money goes to jurisdiction, and he's correct in this sense. If you take federal money, you can't engage in prejudice, you can't engage in bigotry, you can't engage in racism. But this picture is not racism. That's the point.
And just to point out, the museum received $27 million in total funding from the city of New York, received some additional federal funds. Can this just easily be solved if there's just more paintings of Jesus inside the museum? I just curious
about that. My inbox isn't filled with all the hate mail that I'm going to get. I agree with Fred. Like, these are not the kinds of cases that should be clogging up our legal system.
Real people.
However, the question you asked me is there a case here? I think that to some degree this case will be litigated, but you're correct. Slap one picture in there of Jesus as a dark-skinned man.
I'll bet you lunch.
It's a slippery slope, right? Then we get so many different paintings we can't even keep track of them.
I'll bet you lunch at my favorite restaurant.
Why don't we go to the museum, Fred? We'll go to the museum and we'll go check
lunch anyway. You don't even need to bed.
I'm not a museum guy.
Really?
This comes as a surprise.
Really, Fred?
Yeah, can you believe it?
I'm more NASCAR.
They have a beautiful Christmas tree there right now.
They do have a beautiful Christmas tree.
They have a gorgeous Christmas tree.
And so far, no lawsuits against that, although I'll have to check my facts. Arthur and Fred, great to have you both.
Happy Friday.
We'll be right back.